The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. If you're not fit, you probably won't last long. It's everyone for himself, and as long as you're roaming the bush, you need to watch your back, or else you could end up being served for Sunday dinner. Have you ever seen a pack of wild dogs take on a buffalo? What about a leopard take on a warthog? If you're into exciting animal battles, stay tuned as we count down 15 wild animal attacks caught on video. Number 15. Wild dogs versus warthogs. Warthogs are tough animals and they have razor-sharp tusks. But one warthog alone against a pack of wild dogs isn't going to cut it. In our first clip, these wild dogs come to the entrance of a warthog's den uninvited and snap at the warthog from all sides. The warthog doesn't even have time to blink and it's already being prepped for dinner. The dogs show no pity as they devour the warthog. Our next clip isn't for the faint of heart. These wild dogs tear to pieces a young warthog. A few adult warthogs are in the area, but they don't seem to want to get involved. The poor warthog was still trying to get away with half of its body missing. This next clip shows a warthog being confronted by a pack of wild dogs. It knows this and it's not sticking around, so it starts to run, but the dogs chase it. The warthog digs a trench and goes in defense mode, but even that may not be enough to fend off the attack. Wild dogs are known for being some of the best hunters in Africa, but they also don't seem to care if the prey is still alive while they're still eating it. You can see them eating this warthog alive in this footage. In our next video, this warthog thinks it's safe by remaining in the water, but the wild dogs don't really care as they drag it out for a quick lunch. Number 14. Panther versus jaguar. A panther is a large cat of any species, but most typically a jaguar or a leopard with all black fur. This name is thought to have come from the Latin word panthera, which means large cat, and was likely abbreviated from Black Panthera to Black Panther. It's a leopard if you see a black panther in Africa or Asia, and a jaguar if it's found in North, Central, and South America. In our first clip, these black panthers are playing around with these jaguars in a friendly manner until another black cat approaches a leopard who doesn't seem happy to see it, and you can hear the warning growls between the two felines. In our next clip, you can see these two playing with one another and enjoying each other's company. They're both relatively young, so it would surprise me if they became aggressive. Finally, our next culprits meet in a tree. I don't know if they're being friendly to each other or if one of them is telling the other to take a hike. Whatever it is, it's a beautiful sighting. Number 13. Wild dogs versus hippo. Hippos are not the prey of choice for wild dogs, but they hate each other. Hippos usually chase wild dogs trying to hunt an impala or another prey, and that's why these two don't get along. I'm not sure that hippos fear wild dogs, but they sure find them annoying. This first hippo stands in a small mud pond surrounded by wild dogs. The dogs are trying to get the impala stuck in the mud after they had it in their grasp before it was able to get away. I don't think they stand much of a chance, and they know it too. Wild dogs are highly successful when they attack because they attack in numbers. But even that is not enough to take on a monstrous hippo like this one. Once the dogs realize this and disperse, the hippo who didn't bother with the impala at first seems to take out its anger out on the poor animal by crushing it in seconds and throwing it off to the side where the dogs manage to take it. In this next clip, a kudu escapes a pack of wild dogs by jumping into the water, but Hippo catches up to the kudu and brings it back to shore where the dogs wait. The hippo ends up playing tug of war with the wild dogs using the kudu as rope. Finally, one wild dog faces a hippo swimming to the riverbank. The dog seems alone and sort of backs off when the hippo gets closer. Number 12. Wild dogs versus lion. Lions are the most fearless and ferocious predators in Africa. Not many animals will mess with the lions unless they outnumber them, like hyenas for instance, or perhaps even wild dogs. But the minute a few lion males show up, everyone runs for their lives. In our first clip, these wild dogs are harassing this lone lioness defending her cub. She is being hit from all sides, and even though she's much more powerful than a few dogs, there are too many dogs biting her for her to handle them. The cub already seems to have been snatched by the dogs, and the lioness is still standing her ground. Exhausted, she lays on the ground and the dogs abandon the fight. In our next clip, this young lion challenges these wild dogs, but the dogs don't seem intimidated. They continue harassing the lion and the lion eventually leaves. In our next clip, wild dogs have an advantage over predators due to their collective cooperation. When confronted by a lioness, the alpha dog distracts her while the broken-footed one leads the puppies to safety. One-on-one, wild dogs have no chance against lions, as you can see in this clip when a lioness chases this dog and kills it in no time. Lions are just too powerful for a lone dog. Number 11. Lion versus warthog. Warthogs are fearless and dangerous animals and can do a lot of damage to human. But how do they match up against the king of the jungle? Do they have a fighting chance against an apex predator such as the lion? Of course, the warthog isn't an idiot, and he's not going to walk up to a lion and tell it to its face that it's going to kick his butt. Warthog or no warthog, it ain't happening. What is happening is the lion is going to chase the warthog until the warthog has no other choice but to fight the lion. The warthog better have a few prayers ready and his own personal copy of the Bible if it hopes to come out of such a fight alive. The warthog is surprisingly fast, but the lion gains ground on it every step of the way. You just wonder when the lion's big paws will eventually tap the warthog's ass cheeks and bring it down. The warthog doesn't give up. No kidding. The poor bastard is running for its life. It knows if it gets caught, it won't have a chance of escaping. The only thing it can hope for is that the lion eventually tires up and gives up. But that's not happening. In this next clip, two male lions pull a warthog out of its hole and have it for lunch. There isn't much the warthog can do in the grasp of two male lions like this. This next clip is sad. These lions catch a baby warthog who screams for its life, and it almost looks as if the lions understand because they don't touch it for a few seconds. But then they realize they must eat and the baby is no more. Another lion pulls a warthog out of its den. I think someone should tell these warthogs where Home Depot is located so they can buy doors to install in the fronts of their dens, so things like this don't happen again. Number 10. Wild dog versus buffalo. Buffalo are powerful animals that will sometimes even challenge lions. They are massive, and if they manage to get a good stab with one of their horns, it could be deadly. Unless they are targeting a younger calf, wild dogs don't have much chance of bringing down a full-grown buffalo. This massive buffalo is surrounded by dogs, but none of the dogs have the courage of getting up close where it hurts. Maybe they're just trying to tire the buffalo a little before they close in on it, but actually manage to grab a buffalo calf, and there isn't a thing the adult buffalo is doing. Buffalo don't seem to like wild dogs much, and that's because the dogs are relentless and they don't give up easily. In this clip, these wild dogs are just nagging the buffalo. There's no way they're getting anything done with more than one buffalo around. Of course, they usually try to go for a calf, just like in this clip, but with so many adults around, it's not an impossible feat, but it's not likely to happen. In this video, these wild dogs managed to isolate a younger calf, and although the herd was not far away, the dogs persisted and got what they came for. I find adult buffaloes strange. Sometimes they come in and help out, and sometimes they just ignore what's going on and stand there like complete idiots. Number 9. Wild dog versus oryx. Oryx are not easy prey for wild dogs, but wild dogs couldn't care less. Anything that's appetizing is worth a try, just like in this video, as these wild dogs surround this oryx. Once the dogs begin to pull in all directions, there isn't much the oryx can do but hope for a quick death. The dogs are vicious and have no pity as they kill this other oryx. Big cats usually kill their prey before eating it, but wild dogs kill and eat their prey at the same time. Just watch how they drag this oryx without a problem. There are just too many of them coming from all sides for the oryx to even have a fighting chance. This shows you just how formidable these dogs are when they work together as a team. Alone, they would starve to death, but together, they are the best and most successful hunters in the bush. Finally, these wild dogs approach a sable antelope, but it doesn't look like there are enough of them at the moment to cause any damage. I guess they are scouting the territory and waiting for reinforcements. Number 8. Crocodile versus impala. Impalas are athletic and quick, but once an apex predator like the crocodile manages to get its teeth on it, there isn't much the impala can do, except recite 10 Hail Marys. In our first clip, these hippos save this impala from a sure death as they prevent this crocodile from getting to it. This next clip is a rare occurrence. This crocodile has a firm grip on this impala, but the impala manages to set itself free. This massive crocodile pops out of the water and grabs this impala. It definitely looks like it's the end of the road for the little herbivore, as its head slowly sinks underwater. Some hippos are disturbed and come and check out what the commotion is, but it doesn't look like it will change anything. Crocodiles use stealth and ambush to capture impalas, just like in this video when this crocodile jumps out of the water and grabs this impala. You could tell the impala was terrified of drinking and sensed the danger, but it had to quench its thirst. In this next clip, the impala is on a small island with the presence of a crocodile, so it jumps in the water and risks its life to escape. The crocodile chases the impala in the water and catches up to it, but miraculously, a hippo intervenes and attacks the crocodile. Sadly, the impala still dies and the crocodile never resurfaces. In our next clip, at a Kruger watering hole, witness the force and speed of an adult crocodile brutally flipping an impala into the air. The impala was caught minutes before while drinking along the water's edge and appeared to have drowned. In this next clip, the impala gets lucky and the crocodile misses out on a nice meal, But every time the impala returns for a drink, it's risking its life. These poor animals have to drink with the fear of being eaten. Life is indeed awfully difficult in the African savanna. Number 7. Wild dog versus elephants. Elephants have a massive physique that weighs between 3 and 7 tons, and not many animals will mess with elephants, including lion prides unless they have no other choice. They are capable of uprooting large trees from the ground. A big cat can be severely injured by a single hit with its trunk, so imagine a much smaller wild dog. Despite its bulk, it has a top speed of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. An elephant never travels alone, preferring to travel in groups. As a result, an attack on one elephant alerts the other elephants. Attacking an elephant appears to be a near impossible task, even if it's a large pack of wild dogs. Making an elephant angry is the last thing they want to do. When an elephant becomes agitated, it'll go after you no matter what. In this first video, these wild dogs annoy these elephants, but they will better behave if they know what's good for them, and they do exactly that. Watch this elephant chase some wild dogs on this road. Boy, do they take off fast when they see the elephant begin to run. In this next video, these wild dogs target an elephant calf, but the herd protects the calf and it won't be easy for the dogs. The elephants even call for backup. As the herd approaches and the earth shakes, the dogs pee in their pants and walk away. I just love how elephants are team players and call for help. They're much smarter than buffaloes. The elephant herd chases these dogs away, and the dogs understand the message. This sneaky pack of wild dogs in our next video attempts to drink from a watering hole in this herd's territory. But the minute the elephants are aware, they chase the dogs away. After seeing the way dogs kill their prey, I'm kind of happy to see the elephants kick their butts. This lone elephant bull crashes this wild dog sleepover in seconds, and the dogs have insomnia for the rest of the day. Finally, on the beach, a pack of wild dogs defy a herd of 40+ elephants for a drink of water. I don't know who wins, but I have a good idea. Number 6. Bear versus moose. Bears are incredibly strong and powerful creatures. In their pursuit for food, they have been known to bend open automobile doors and pry open windshields. Bears often roll over massive rocks and logs just to find something to eat. In our first video, you can see how powerful bears are when you watch this bear drag this huge moose into the forest like it was a small cat. The moose was already injured, so that didn't help, but the way the bear dragged the moose was impressive. You can see the same strength bears have in the second clip when this brown bear attacks this moose calf. When these rangers drag the moose out of the forest, you can see what's left of the moose, and it's almost nothing except for the skin. This next clip shows a bear attack a moose in the water. I'm actually not sure if it's a moose. It's possible it's a caribou or a reindeer. But whatever it is, it doesn't have much of a chance as the bear grabs it in the water and finishes it off. This next clip is a happier ending. This mother moose with her 2 babies sees a bear approaching. She charges the bear and the bear immediately takes off. I wonder what led the bear to take off like it was the moose that it actually hunts. I guess the moose was big enough to scare the bear away. This next video shows us a bear chasing a moose in the water. It looks like an endless chase, and I'm not sure if the bear ever gets close enough to the moose. Finally, this black bear kills a moose calf and drags it to the forest without a problem. Number 5. Wild dog versus impala. The impala is the food of choice for many African predators. It's extremely fast and not easy to capture, but once a predator lays its paws on an impala, it's almost a sure kill. The hard part is catching it. In our first clip, 2 wild dogs try to take down an impala. They're having a hard time, and I wonder where the rest of the pack is. These 2 must be teenagers who wanted to go to test the grounds on their own, I guess. The next video shows 3 dogs not having a problem killing this impala and tearing it to shreds. Finally, a pack of 27 dogs chase an impala and easily capture and kill it. Number 4. Oryx versus lion. This oryx does not appear to be impressed by the lions. The oryx isn't even attempting to flee now that there are 4 lions. Is there something I'm overlooking? It's like the lions are preparing the grill, but none of them want to take the meat out of the fridge. 2 female lions prepare an attack on an oryx in this footage. Oryx are easily startled by even the tiniest sound. Thus, the lions must be extremely silent. One of the lions makes a blunder and comes out of hiding. They continue to go for it, with one lion attempting to force the oryx towards the other. The oryx stands firm in the face of the lions. The lions abandon the hunt, and the oryx survives to live another day. This next lioness has made a kill in the desert and sounds the dinner bell for the rest of the pride. But they better hurry because lots of other belligerents want a piece of the pie in the hot Namib deserts. Will she manage to hold off the scavengers? Absolutely, because that's what female lions do. Number 13. Elephant versus rhino. In the wild, rhinos are known to quickly dispatch hippos, lions, and hyenas. But an elephant is a different story. The rhino has the highest chance of defeating an elephant, but if it's not careful, the elephant will crush the rhino with tusks, knocking it over and goring it. Both animals can use brute force, have tremendous endurance, and are equally intelligent, which may explain why they rarely fight. In this clip, an elephant bullies a rhino and even pushes a large branch of a tree with its trunk to show the rhino it is not happy. The rhino just stands there without objecting. Those elephants block the entry to this mama rhino and her calf. Looks like the roadblock is going to be there for a while. Check out this battle between an elephant and a rhino. Looks like the elephant has flanked the rhino, and this could spell danger for the rhino. I don't see rhinos having much success against elephants, although they are powerful animals. Number 2. Wildebeest versus wild dogs. Wildebeests are the choice of prey for many predators in the African savanna. Their meat is tender and they are high in numbers, so the odds of catching a wildebeest are exceptionally high. When the great migration of the wildebeest begins, most predators are on their high horses because they know it'll be an all-you-can-eat buffet for weeks to come. Wildebeest do help each other out occasionally when hunted, and in this video, you can see a few wild dogs trying to corner a wildebeest. Although not equipped with huge horns, wildebeest won't give in without a fight. These wildebeest form a wall to protect a calf, which is what the dogs are interested in. However, penetrating the wildebeest wall is not easy for the dogs. A final onslaught from the pack, and the herd loses its nerve and the dogs are successful. What makes the dogs such good hunters is their tenacity. They seldom give up on a hunt. When a band of wild dogs rips a juvenile wildebeest from its mother, a thrilling hunt ensues. The ferocious carnivores encircle the frightened animal, trapping it in a waterhole. Will a hungry gang of wild dogs be able to overpower the wildebeest's desperate attempts to survive? Of course they will. In this footage, this mother wildebeest is able to fend off a couple of wild dogs from killing its calf. That's quite the exploit if you ask me. It's nighttime in the African savanna, and it's time for a wildebeest food extravaganza, which is exactly what these dogs have in mind as they take down an adult wildebeest. Finally, these wild dogs corner this mother and her young, and after many attempts, it seems the dogs abandon the attack. Number 1. Leopard versus warthog. Warthogs are tough cookies, and they're not an easy prey to kill. In this first kill, a young leopard is playing hide and seek with the warthog. The warthog is counting to 10, but the leopard stays there just to make sure the warthog isn't cheating. The warthog finally finishes counting, and the leopard finally decides to go in. In this next clip, this young leopard has the warthog in a headlock, but it doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. It finally decides to put the warthog to sleep. This leopard manages to dig a warthog out of its burrow, and it's an easy kill. These two leopards work together to kill this warthog. Leopards have amazing stealth, and when combined with their powerful jaws, they are difficult predators to run away from, as you can see in this footage. This warthog has no chance of escaping. Finally, the conflict between leopards and warthogs is usually exciting. This encounter is no different, with a large male leopard catching a large warthog. In these conflicts, the outcome is never certain, but this leopard has a firm hold, and despite the warthog's best efforts, it eventually succumbs. You have seen some spectacular animal battles, but my favorite has to be the elephants calling out for help. They're just too smart. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 wild animal attacks caught on video. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.